So I would be taking today interview of B.L sir. So he's working into social justice and empowerment ministry as a joint secretary, and we would like to know his story, how he prepared for IAS, and now how he can inspire fellow IAS officers and also people who are preparing for IAS officers, and also entrepreneurs like me. I am Anu. I recently graduated from IIT Delhi, and I am working on my startup AGROWAVE from last 2 years. So yeah, this is one more additional series where I'll be taking interview of many people and will be knowing their success stories, which can inspire people in their own fields. So sir, we would like to know how government can help entrepreneurs like us in any field.
See, the government of today is not like the government of previous years. Governance process has become very liberal now. So government is required to help. Therefore, this is their duty. You may like or not. Now it's the government servants who has to go out and meet the entrepreneurs. They have to help it. But some of the entrepreneurs, they may be having some other thought that everybody in the government may not help. But problems are there. Like governance is a very big structure, starting from Government of India to states, to districts, to tehsils, blocks and villages. So one has to understand the processes of the government. These processes are well designed, they passed through many stages and prepared by very experienced government servant as well as experts from the private sector. So that process has to be understood by any entrepreneur like you or somebody who is interested in any government scheme or government projects or programs. Otherwise also 80% of the time the government servants are required to do works which are not allotted to them, thereby meaning that the work of the society, the work of the NGOs, the work of the entrepreneurs, the work of the industries is now has to be done by the government. पहले सरकार एक साया होती थी, अब सरकार साया नहीं है, सरकार हर जगह है और सरकार का जो नुमाइंदा है, चाहे किसी भी पद पे हो, चाहे कहाँ भी हो, उसका एक कर्तव्य और दायित्व बनता है कि वो हर हिंदुस्तानी को जो कार्य करना चाहता है उसको प्रोत्साहन दे. तो सरकारी तंत्र अभी बंद कमरे में नहीं है, सरकारी तंत्र बहुत ही ज़्यादा ट्रांसपेरेंट है and it is an open-ended process, and this is how I see, and I have seen that now new bureaucrats who are coming to service, they may be in any department or any division of the ministry or a place of India, they are open to ideas from everybody. This I have seen in my field tours, field visits, and whenever I meet anybody who is working in all sectors, especially in agriculture, pharma sector, banking, tourism, or the sector where I work, social justice and empowerment. This covers at least 80% of the population of India, and wherein we are supposed to deal with the poorest of the poor and take along them to see that they are mainstream. So this is how I see government of today.
Okay, also you have helped me out of your way. So what is your thoughts on that part? IAS officers are helping out of their comfort zone and they are working extra to help entrepreneurs and other community, probably like you said that you work for poorest of poor, but apart from your area, like out of your comfort zone, you try to help people who are facing problems and they don't know the way how we should approach the government, and then you approach them. But all the time you can't approach, I mean all the time it can't be like you cannot find people who are having problem, but they should find you. So what are the processes where we like entrepreneurs can associate with this government schemes, and especially the social justice and empowerment can like the schemes, if you can brief?
I will answer your questions through two processes. At my seniority, 27 years of service, I would be more looking at the policy process, policy making process. But your problems will not come in the policies. Our policies are well designed. We take feedback of the private sector also. Problems will come when implementation is the issue. So implementation of a project or a program or say any process has to be seen in many dimensions. It will go back to the field wherein say bank manager in a bank has to clear our bank loan. He is required to check many documents, many certificates that may irritate somebody from the private sector. But at the end of the day, he will do his work and he will see that the right person gets the loan. So in the policy, we cannot write that the loan should be sanctioned in a day. The policy, we will write that loan should be sanctioned only after following the due process. So this is the way the government is now becoming one. It's right that we cannot get work done through sitting here in Delhi office. It has to be done by the officer in the field, or it will go to the state government, the directorate. Some of the projects they go to the collectors, some of the projects they go to the development officers, and some of the projects are really good, for which we also try that it should be done. Like your case, we have tried. We may not be helpful, but others may not be approaching us. They don't know where to meet us. So for them, there are persons sitting all across India in districts, in state capitals, in different departments. And now you would be able to see that many of the websites of all the governments, all across India, all the states are very good. You can get lot of knowledge. And the present generation of officers, they are IT savvy. They can help you like anything. I have seen personally in health sector, some of the backward districts where the collectors are providing best of the facilities through doctors sitting somewhere in US or All India Institute of Medical Sciences. So this way we will be able to help all of you anywhere in India. But the process may take time because of the structure of the government. Hierarchies are there, systems are there, timelines are there. That may somehow irritate you, but that has to be borne in mind. If you are in our place, you will also see that there are certain guidelines which has to be followed, and one person in the government cannot take decision. The decision has to be taken by a group of officers. Some experts are there. I will give you an example of say a technical section of a report. I am not an expert. I will have to ask somebody in my office or somebody who is an expert. The expert may be outside like you. So that will take time. But at the end of the day, the work will be done. So I think people like you should not get let down and they should believe in us. The new bureaucrats who are coming, I have been lucky to train them here in Delhi. They are called assistant secretaries and they are full of idea. They are doing good work in the field and they keep telling that this they have done, which when I came in the service in 1991 was not imagining that this thing could be done in a small place of India. So that is a good thing, it is a positive sign, and we will move slowly, but we are moving towards a very good atmosphere. ताली जैसे दोनों हाथों से बजती है, तो अब गवर्नमेंट और जो प्राइवेट सेक्टर है, एंटरप्रेन्योर है, उनका मिलन हो रहा है और मिलन के परिणाम भी अच्छे मिल रहे हैं. So this is very good thing and I am hopeful at least.
Okay. Okay, so we have spoken much about entrepreneurship and how government can help entrepreneurs and how private sector and government sector can collaborate to improve the economy of the country. Also, I see a lot of people are doing preparation for UPSC, and I meet many, and sometime it happens like they don't even know why they are doing, but they are doing, probably their parents are forcing, or especially in our community it happens. So what is your advice to people who are doing and who are preparing for UPSC? There might be people who actually want to do it, but there are people, their family is forcing to do them, or there are people who don't know they should do it not, but they are doing it.
After 7th pay commission, the pay structure in the government is such that it is comparable with any private sector job. This is one of the factors which is attracting a lot of people. Other thing what I see is variety in the content of the government job. You may be working in a say electricity department, you may be producing good transformers, but whole life I personally may not like that one. I would like to see a department like irrigation, culture, tourism. So that is the thing which is attracting large number of youngsters, and there are many jobs. Civil services is one, but sectors like railways, banks, central reserve forces, police, which also attracts large number of youth from rural areas as well as urban towns. This is more because the pay structure is good, security is there, and variety is there. So government job in India gives lot of satisfaction. I would not say private job doesn't give. Private jobs have their own advantage, but government jobs now, as on today, have become very forthcoming, and one can develop one's personality also. One can meet lot of people also. One can interact with large number of people. One can see the world in large perspective. When we joined service, we didn't have liberty to take a flight, but now the pay structure is such. As soon as you join, you are allowed flight. You can travel also. You can meet lot of people also. So that develops your personality also, and it helps the others who come across you. And other thing, the best thing in the government now happening is with communication coming all across India, with internet, things are moving very fast. That gives a lot of satisfaction. And my advice to those youngsters who are appearing in these kinds of exams, they should not feel let down, because seats are limited. So everybody will not get into the government job. So if they don't get into government job, they should try like you and like others who are working with you to do something which is equally good, equally important, and equally interesting. And that will give them a lot of satisfaction. And once they set their business, they can then interact with the government. Government of late is thinking of taking a lot of people from outside as lateral entrants, or taking a lot of advice. I'll talk of Dicky, which is in 24 to 26 committees of the ministries, where they give a lot of inputs. When they interact, their points are taken as it is. So that helps them in knowing the field and knowing the government also. So again, my advice would to the youngsters would to try your best, do your best, but don't be mad after these exams. Don't think that it's the end of the life, because seats are limited. Sometimes luck also plays, or most of the luck also plays in the exam. You may not be feeling well on the interview day. Some paper may not suit you. Sometimes some papers are easy to score. Everybody has got equal intelligence. There are many more exams in India, like GRE, EMAT, CAT, GATE exam, which are more tougher, more competitive than the civil service exam. But there are also seats are limited, so one should not feel let down. ये जो परीक्षा का हमारा सिस्टम है, ये अंग्रेज स्थापित करके गए थे कि किसी को रखना है, किसी को नहीं रखना है। वो इसलिए नहीं है कि अच्छा आदमी आ गया है और कोई बेकार आदमी रह गया है, वो उसमें उसका नहीं है, क्योंकि फिल्टर प्रोसेस फिर होगा कैसे। तो फिल्टर प्रोसेस में बहुत सारी चीज़ है जो कभी कभी आपके हाथ में नहीं रहती, आप ज़्यादा समझदार होते हुए भी नहीं कर पाते। तो इसमें कोई बुरा मानने की ज़रूरत नहीं है। गवर्नमेंट जॉब के ट्राई ज़रूर करिए, लेकिन अगर नहीं होता है तो फिर आपका और भी रास्ते साथ साथ रखिए, क्योंकि बाहर भी उतना ही ज़्यादा आनंद है जितना सरकार में। एंड लेटर यू विल सी दैट as we progress further, the private sector will have equal respect as the government sector all across India, including Rajasthan and Eastern Rajasthan also, especially where this private sector is not looked with respect. This is a reality and we should change it now. It is high time we should change, and people like you and others, Payal especially, B.L Meena I met day before yesterday, Naveen I met. I like all of you, and they should work like you. Ravindraji is working all the day, sacrificing his time and energy. We are happy to work with you. There are others in the government all across all states. You go to Gujarat, Tamil Nadu, Manipur, Telangana, Andhra. A lot of people are doing a lot of work. So youngsters should take that in mind and should not be blindly after these exams.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. This was my first interview with the IAS officer B.L Meena. So I would be taking more interviews. So keep watching those videos, might help you. As he said that don't go blindly for these exams, as there are limited seats and it doesn't depend only on your talent. There are so many external factors which are not in your hand. So do best in your life. It could be exam, it could be anything. Just follow your passion and do best. Thank you so much.